Hey guys, and welcome to the first live chat for Fear the Walking Dead. The premiere was on last night, and since this is a brand new show and a lot of people, we don't really know a whole lot about it. I didn't really know how many people would show up for the chat today, but we will just see how it goes because I kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this episode and what you think about this series, which is actually really short. If you didn't know, there's only 6 episodes, so we only have 5 left. But I know that Marseille is here, and if you are here, just give me a shout out so that I know that you are watching and we can get started. Now, I think Marseille is still here, and Marseille has not seen the episode yet, which is fine, but I am going to, I guess, give spoilers just because we're talking about what happened last night, so hopefully you can catch up on that. But I'll just go ahead and get started on what I thought about the episode. I will admit that I thought it was just a little bit slow to start out with, but I was happy that it picked up towards the end, especially the ending was, I thought, really good. I don't really think they needed to have 90 minutes, but I think that maybe because the series is so short, it's only 6 episodes. And what I'm wondering, if you know this, let me know in the comments, but I'm wondering if this is just like a one-time thing where it's just 6 episodes that basically leads us right up to the very start of when Walking Dead started, or if they plan to do, multiple seasons of this show. I do know that this show is going to lead us up to the next season of Walking Dead, just as far as time goes. Obviously, where I'm just wondering, like, if it's going to stop where Walking Dead first started with the very first episode ever. I don't know. Do you guys know that answer? I've tried to look around online, but I haven't been able to figure that out. I really think that Nick, who seems like he's going to be the main character, the teenage guy that was, or that is, a drug addict. I don't know if he will be a drug addict for long because everything's getting ready to change for them in LA, like, seriously. So I think that he did a really good job. He was very convincing, and I thought from an acting standpoint, everyone was really strong. I was excited for one, like, super minor character to be seen, or for me to see this person in the show. If you watch Orange is the New Black, Dasias' mom, or the woman who plays Dasias' mom, was, I think, the ex-wife of the boyfriend of the main character. Her name is Madison. Madison is the high school guidance counselor. So I'm trying to think, Travis is her boyfriend. So it was the ex-wife of Travis was Dasias' mom. So if you watch Orange is the New Black, then maybe you were excited like me. And I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so pretty and she looks so awesome, because on Orange is the New Black, like, no one wears makeup and they look kind of, not their best. So I was like, she looks beautiful, but she was literally on there for, like, I don't know, 10 seconds, and we probably will never see her again. So I see that 5 people are here, but no one is talking to me besides Marseille. So if you have not said hello, like, you can tell me quickly what you thought about the episode, or if you have any questions or anything specific that you want to talk about. I thought that the ending was super strong, and it made me excited to watch next week's episode because I really enjoyed the guy turning into a zombie. And what I thought was interesting is that the people living in LA, the main characters, they don't know yet how to kill a zombie. So they were trying to run that guy over. And I think they shot him like a bunch of times, but they weren't, going for his brain. So it just wasn't working out for them. But I do feel glad for Nick, who is the main teenage character, because I was so concerned where he killed, like, the drug dealer guy. I was like, oh, this is going to, like, really destroy his life. But then you pretty much, like, everyone's going to start turning into zombies. So I don't think people are going to be in jail anymore, because Nick seems like he's a good kid, but he definitely has messed his life up with drugs. And what was also interesting to me is that he couldn't figure out, like, the stuff he saw in the church with his girlfriend. He was like, is that real, or was that some bad drugs that I got? I think he's starting to realize that it wasn't the drugs, because he was literally going crazy, like, freaking out, like, oh my gosh, I have, like, a serious problem. Either the drugs were, bad, or I have, like, a definite, like, I'm having mental difficulties, because I saw something that is really unbelievable. Like, he saw his girlfriend, like, feasting on another person, and it was a good thing that he got out of there quickly, because she totally would have taken a bite of him if he hadn't escaped. Hey, Tony, and thank you for being here. That's awesome. I know Tony from PLL. And if you're a PLL fan, I know that this type of show doesn't always, you know, it's not the same genre at all, but that's totally okay. I'm going to be covering a lot of different shows like Scream Queens, which premieres in September. And if you saw last night, if you're interested in Scream Queens, there was a nice, really long promo for it, at least where I was watching, for Scream Queens that looked really awesome. So I'm so excited. So I'm going to cover that late September when it starts, and the second season of How to Get Away with Murder. So if you're interested in following me as I cover those two shows, that is coming up very soon. Tony, did you watch the episode last night? And if so, what did you think? And if not, that's totally okay. I'm sure you can get this online for anyone who is tuning in but hasn't watched. You have a whole week pretty much to catch up on just one episode. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I'm really, something I thought was funny is if you watched last night, the principal, I'm pretty much like 99% sure he's going to turn into a zombie probably pretty soon, considering there's only 5 episodes left. But there was a really funny scene where he was like in, maybe like where you make the announcements or something, and the camera was like doing like a slow zoom on him, and he was like sitting there forever, and you just knew like he was going to turn around and be like all zombified. But I was like, no, this is like a total fake out. I know it's a fake out. And when he turned around, it was a fake out. But if you saw the promo like for the rest of the season, I think I saw him like walking down the hall really slow, like doing the zombie walk. So yeah, pretty sure he is going to turn. Tony hasn't watched it yet. I need to get it on iTunes. I just DVR'd it because I'll be doing my recap video tomorrow, and you guys can catch that too. And if you are new to my channel, you just came to the channel because of the Walking Dead chat, then please subscribe. I'm covering the entire season of Fear the Walking Dead, so if you subscribe, then you don't miss live chats and you don't miss the video recaps where I basically do a quick recap, but I'll give my thoughts and my predictions for what's going to happen in the future. I'm also wondering like who is going to die in this cast, and will everyone die? And I guess that's going to depend if they're going to have another season of this, and maybe not. I mean, they could have a second season and bring in like an entirely different cast, but something that I think is interesting is that you don't have to be like a Walking Dead super fan, or you don't even have to have seen The Walking Dead at this point to enjoy this show, because there right now are no overlapping characters. It's like an entirely new cast. It is in a new setting. This is in LA. Walking Dead is in Atlanta. So if you are someone who's never watched The Walking Dead and you're intimidated by this prequel because you think you'll be lost, that is not the case. So you can totally watch. It's like a brand new show pretty much, even though I wonder if it will end up overlapping near the end. If characters, I don't know how though, since it's in a different city, which is completely, you know, East Coast, West Coast here. But you never know. I wonder if there will be any kind of overlap between characters from The Walking Dead and this show, or if it'll be just completely a standalone. I'm just really curious to see how that works. If you are just now joining and you want to share your thoughts with me on the show, that would be awesome. I think so far we have a couple people here who didn't get to see the show yet, which is totally fine, and thank you for being here. But if you did, I'm interested to see what others thought. I've read a lot of reviews online today, and a lot of like Rolling Stone and like the big media outlets kind of were let down by it because they felt like it was a little bit slow. It's hard when you have a brand new show and the premiere episode because people have really high expectations. So I think people expect it to be wowed, and a lot of people are comparing it to the first episode of The Walking Dead, like the very first episode of the whole season or series, which when people are comparing it, they're saying, you know, I think that The Walking Dead had a better premiere. Marseille hasn't watched The Walking Dead, and the trailer for this show looks really good. Definitely going to check it out. To be completely honest with you, I am not a Walking Dead person because I've never watched it, not because I don't want to watch it, but I've seen like bits and pieces of it. But the way I am with shows is that I didn't really want to watch it or didn't really know about it until it was already, you know, a couple of seasons in. And I get really like nervous about having to catch up on all the old episodes because I don't want to just start watching in the middle. Like I want to watch all, you know, the episodes in order so I totally understand everything. So I haven't started watching it, but my friends have told me that if you start watching it, you can binge watch The Walking Dead like super fast. And everyone I've ever talked to said that they completely love it. Like I've never talked to anyone who watches it or watched it and hated it, you know? So I would love to do that. I just kind of need to find the time to watch however millions of episodes, not millions, but there have been a lot of episodes. Hi, Ellie. Thank you for being here. Did you watch the Fear the Walking Dead last night? And if so, what did you say? Or what did you think? I did say your name. I hope you heard it. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. So yeah, so I think that it has a ton of potential, and I feel like a lot of people are going to die on this show, or AKA be turned into a zombie. Well, which means you have to die, but then you kind of come back in a really weird, terrible form. Dasia's here. What's up, Dasia? She saw a lot of people complaining that the first episode was slow, but people need to understand that it's the early stages of the zombie apocalypse, so you can't expect it to be fast-paced. Exactly. And I saw some people online saying they talk too much about the personal lives of these characters and people don't really care. But I think that's interesting to me because we get to go back to a time where life was normal and people were doing their normal things, going to school, being a guidance counselor, having relationships. Not that they don't have relationships in The Walking Dead, but they were just having normal lives. And right now, as of last night's episode, they don't understand what's going on. They know that people are being weird and it's kind of like a nationwide infection of some sort, but they don't know that it's zombies. They don't have any idea. Ellie, I hope I'm saying your name right, loves The Walking Dead. Did you catch last night's episode? Deja, what did you think about last night's episode? I know that you were talking a little bit to me on Twitter about it. And if you guys do not follow me on Twitter and you're on Twitter, I am Kelly_TV. That's pretty much the best place to follow me, in addition to subscribing to my YouTube channel, because I am on there all the time. I will probably start tweeting along as I watch this show, Fear the Walking Dead. I didn't really do that last night just because it's so new and I wanted to be able to pay complete attention to what was going on. But maybe as it goes on, gets more intense, I will tweet along with you guys. But that is also on my Twitter, is where I tell you when a live chat is coming up, and I put out the links, the direct links for live chats, and then I will let you know when I have recaps up and other types of videos up. So I would love for you to follow me there, and that link is down below, as well as Instagram and Facebook. If you want to follow me there, I would just love that. Thank you. Ellie loved it, so that's awesome. But like I said, I do think that I think it's going to end up being really good, and with it just being the first episode for people to really hate it or whatever. I didn't read any reviews where people hated it, and I didn't see anyone say they hated it, but you definitely need to give it time. I mean, it's just been one episode, and it really is pretty much a brand new show, and I think we don't really want to compare it too much to The Walking Dead. For some people were just kind of upset because they love The Walking Dead and they didn't feel like this was just as phenomenal, but they have a long way to go. I mean, they were trying to set up the characters last night and set up what's getting ready to happen. And I think that will probably be the slowest episode of them all. That's just my opinion. So I think that's probably, yeah, I'm saying your name right. Awesome. Okay. So I think I'm just going to wrap this up now because it was the first episode and there wasn't a ton of stuff to analyze or to predict at this point, but I think we've covered the main points here. But this video will be saved to my YouTube channel. So if you have more ideas after we quit talking here, you can come back and comment and I will always reply to you. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning into the first episode of live chat with Fear the Walking Dead. And quickly, I'm going to read Deja's comment. She really liked the episode, especially the diverse couples on the show so far with Madison and Travis, Alicia, who's Madison's daughter, and Nick's sister, and her boyfriend, Matt. And I wanted to mention Matt, Deja. I'm glad that you brought him up. I am worried that he's already been turned or something's not right because I think he was supposed to meet Alicia somewhere and he didn't show up. So I'm kind of concerned about that. But yes, I think that's a good point, Deja. It's a very diverse cast right now. And I thought that was great as well. I hope you guys can still see me because I am frozen on here. Hopefully you can still hear and see me. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go for now. But I really appreciate you being here to talk about a show that just started because it's difficult to, have a lot to say when something first starts. But I really think this show has a lot of potential. And I hope you guys will continue to watch it with me and to chat live with me in the weeks to come. So I hope you guys have a great night or day or whatever time it is where you are, and I will see you soon. Bye.